So recently, She-Ra ended after 5 seasons. The show ended with a lesbian kissing scene in the last episode, and that's a good thing because more LGBT rep is needed today. So kids can know that, LGBT people are just as normal as straight people. And they don't grow up thinking it's bad like little fucking dipshits. God knows we need less bigoted bastards in the world. But of course, anytime the LGBTQ community gets some rep, you always have some jackasses whining about it because, oh good lord, the agenda, like for fucking real, same excuse every fucking time. The Quartering is an alt-right YouTuber who gets views from clickbait and basement-dwelling fucking losers who like to act like their voice has any importance in the world of today. He's made just lovely statements like saying yikes to a man that's saying fuck Hitler, claiming Hitler is a better person than someone because they were nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize, which unless you're not, should be a plainly stupid fucking statement. Yes, he was nominated, but he was only nominated. He didn't fucking win anything. Also, I can assure you the man who killed a bunch of Jews didn't even get a close chance to winning a prize called the Nobel Peace Prize. He also tried saying the Trump-approved cure for the coronavirus is definitely not that bad, except it is. And the shit take we're talking about today, saying that a kids show having LGBTQ rep is pushing an agenda. I could say the argument saying that LGBT characters are political statements is stupid, because it is. Like, so it's a political statement, and is it a bad one? Is it a dangerous one? No, it's not. Just telling them that those people exist. That's a good thing. But let's say it is a political statement. And Quartering, what's wrong with the political statement? LGBTQ people exist, and that's okay. What's wrong with that political statement, and what's wrong with putting that in a kids show? And before you say, well, it's directed towards children. Well, straight relationships have been directed towards children for years, and no one's complained about that. Turning our kids straight. Oh boy, my kids are turning straight now. They're gonna want to date the opposite sex. Now, a moron would say, but deviant, they're putting sexual stuff in a kids show by promoting LGBTQ relationships. Let me debunk a myth people often believe, but aren't really open about believing too much. Being gay, lesbian, and bisexual isn't just about sex. I know, right? Big shocker. Just like a straight couple, a gay, bi, and lesbian couple can also have love outside of sex. But why, dear viewer, would people think that this? Is it because dipshits believe that all relationships are excuses just to fuck someone? It's that one, by the way. Yet again, if we push the idiot's logic to the test, wouldn't straight couples also be promoting the sexy time? I think it's obvious why people like the Quartering don't like seeing LGBTQ couples in media. It's because they are bigoted assholes. But hey, the Quartering made a video about the scary She-Ra show and its agenda, so let's watch it as an outsider who hasn't watched the show but wants to know what's the big deal.
It is a show directed at children that apparently is more concerned with the fan fiction of the show's creator, Noel Stevenson, and who the characters are dating than anything else.
Oh, so it's a show that features romance. The romance genre has existed for a long time and no one has bitched about it only focusing on romance. So what's the big deal here?
That is not undifferent than the original She-Ra, which pushed an agenda. Except their agenda was selling toys. The agenda She-Ra pushed was far different and far more interesting. One that probably should be aimed at a different audience than a kid's cartoon, but that's not for me to decide.
Okay, now let's stop pretending just a bit. We already know what the scary agenda is. Hey kids, LGBTQ people exist. Straight couples are fine, that's not pushing an evil straight agenda, but when you make it an LGBTQ relationship, then it is. I don't know, that seems a bit bigoted.
For whatever reason, though, when you criticize the abomination that was the She-Ra cartoon, people on Twitter lose their minds.
There is nothing wrong with
She-Ra.
There's freaking nothing wrong! That is just freaking stupid! Making fun of my autism is even worse!
The question is why though, right? Why? Why are they so defensive of a show when you point out that it of course has its own agenda?
Perhaps it's because you're trying to say LGBTQ people existing is an evil agenda or a somewhat negative agenda is, kind of bigoted. People have the goddamn right to get pissed off at bigotry and bullshit like it. But it's criticism. People have the right to say your criticism is shit. You can't defend a shitty statement on the basis that it's criticism, you stupid moron.
It is an undeniable fact that they took what was clearly a beautiful woman, turned her into what can only be described as a 13-year-old boy, and obsessed over who that character dated and the love interests of the show.
Ah, the classic, oh, it has no boobs, it can't be a woman, flat-chested women don't exist. Oops! I guess they do! Oh wait, I forgot, women are supposed to be drawn so men can fucking fap off to them all day. My bad.
I don't ever remember wondering who G.I. Joe was sleeping with. I don't ever remember wondering who He-Man got down with after he was done defeating Skeletor. I don't think anybody thinks like that.
See how he's constantly bringing up sex when he's referring to LGBTQ relationships? It's almost as if he sees relationships as just a sex thing, and promoting LGBT representation is promoting sex. We debunked that bullshit already, so we'll continue on.
She-Ra, I mean, what could I possibly be referring to? And all this went back to the original redesign, where, I mean, this is clearly a man or a boy character. All these decisions were made on purpose by the show's creator, a decision that they were, of course, entitled to make. My only complaint has ever been that this is not She-Ra. It will never be She-Ra. In 10 years, when they look to reboot the show again, they won't be rebooting this. This will be forgotten. Everyone will remember the original She-Ra show because it was good.
Quartering is really upset that people are using an old property to do new ideals. Sorry, every comic book show and movie, that's bad. You're erasing the history of the original one. You're erasing the history of the comics. No one fucking argues that, so why are you arguing it here?
Well, then you open yourself up into the people that I could understand how they think this way, that, why? Why is it important in a children's cartoon which characters are sleeping with the other characters? Now, if you say it's targeted towards teens or adults, okay, fine. I mean, absolutely. But don't tell me it's a children's show anymore. Don't tell me it's just a cartoon for the kids, because that's not what all this media is talking about. All this media, I mean, there are endless articles of this.
Because kids can't be, interested in relationships and all of that. They can't like that stuff or fantasize about meeting a prince or some shit or, wait a second. Wait, doesn't the Barbie dolls brand exist? People, little girls buy get those dolls and they pretend that Ken and Barbie are in a relationship or what the fuck ever. And they do a whole story about that. Don't they do that normally? Isn't that kind of contradicting to your bullshit? Also, trying to say a kids show can't also appeal to adults is fucking ludicrous. Hey, Batman the Animated Series, sorry, you're a bad sorry, but you can't appeal to both kids and adults. You have to pick one, I guess, for some stupid fucking reason. Because the quartering said so. And for some fucking reason his opinion goes, or whatever. Despite him saying, oh, my opinion doesn't go around, but it does.
I mean, I just think that it's not for me. I think that's entirely possible. Now, I don't think they should have called it She-Ra, because you're trying to rewrite history and erase a good character, a bold, beautiful woman with whatever it is that She-Ra was.
That's right, because when you make a reboot of something, the original is gone? Huh? No, Quartering, the original is still around if you want to watch it. It didn't go missing, Mr. Quartering. Both of the shows can coexist in the same... You know what? It's just easier to say your argument has no fucking merit. Vanilla ice cream doesn't go the fuck away because someone decided to change up the recipe and make a new version of vanilla ice cream. There's an example for your fat fucking ass.
She then explained how having an openly queer character in a children's show can give young queer kids hope and inspiration that maybe their lives could turn out to be okay, and that there's a future for them to be as bright as everyone else's. Well, I don't disagree with that statement. I think that all people, regardless of their orientation, have the exact same ability to be awesome people. They also have the exact same ability to be garbage people. I never liked the idea of rewriting history with She-Ra. I didn't like Ghostbusters 2016 trying to rewrite history, but I have absolutely nothing against a movie of females busting ghosts. Just don't call it Ghostbusters. I have no problem with a Tumblr fanfic that loosely is similar to She-Ra. Just don't call it She-Ra. I mean, it's a very simple request to make, but you know what? No one would be interested in these shows if they didn't co-opt the names of the shows that came before them.
Let's talk about what the Quartering is probably honestly thinking. What the Quartering is trying to say is that I don't think it's bad for the show to exist and spread LGBT representation, but let me go on about how it has an agenda and it's spreading it's bad is because lemons. I just don't want gay characters associated with my old show. The Quartering tries to say he isn't bigoted, but he's awfully bad at doing that. He's really mad at a reboot that takes an old show and, tries to use those characters to spread a good message. And somehow the agenda of aspiring LGBTQ kids is worse than the agenda of capitalism and selling toys. And why do people like this have to lie so hard? It's obvious you have a problem with LGBTQ people, because the minute a progressive theme is situated with a brand you like, suddenly rebooting it is bad, doing anything with it is bad, doing a new take on it is bad. I mean, the Avengers can go ahead and make a movie about the comics with a new take. There's definitely a lot of new things in the Avenger movies that the comics didn't do. But interesting thing, no one bitches about those things rewriting history. It's always when LGBTQ people get involved, then it's rewriting history. I think we can obviously see what the fuck is going on. It's blatant bigotry trying to disguise itself as criticism and concern for their favorite property they have a fucking nostalgia boner for. Quartering, not a lot of people will call you out on this, but trying to sound smart when you're not fucking saying anything smart at all is it's a really shitty move. Because you basically have to lie and make up reasons to hate something with LGBTQ characters. Thank you, fuck you, bye. Oi! If you thought that was really good, you should definitely donate to my Ko-Fi. That could help out with, getting better stuff for like recording software and all that junk, also getting me stuff. But if you feel like you're not getting enough vitamin C, you could always go to my Twitter, where you can see posts I post almost fucking daily. But let's say you really like this video, or you just like my content in general, you might want to join my Discord. You can talk to me and stuff and share your own work, among other things. All of those wonderful links will be in the description below.